One of America's newest racetracks, Iowa Speedway, is located in Newton, Iowa, and has been in operation since 2006. The 7/8 mile oval was designed and built under the auspice of a NASCAR champion, Rusty Wallace, at a cost of approximately $70 million. The D-shaped oval is patterned after Richmond Raceway, the scene of some of Rusty's greatest successes during his career. Purchased by NASCAR in 2013, Iowa Speedway has a seating capacity more than 30,000. Together with a unique multi-tiered RV viewing area along its 869-foot back straightaway, the track hosts NASCAR Xfinity, Camping World Truck, and ARCA Series events annually, along with the IndyCar Series and Firestone Indy Lights races. Tonight, it's the Lonestar Racing Truck Series penultimate race here. It's a Team Carolina eSports in the Draft 128, coming up next on HBR TV. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the virtual Iowa Speedway. I'm Steve Singer, again with HBR TV, bringing you tonight's coverage from Iowa Speedway. Again, 2 races remain in the Lonestar Racing Truck Series as we close in on the finale. Qualifying already underway here at the Speedway. Let's go down trackside to see where everybody is stacking up. Currently, Brian Rose top of the board, 23.62, as we watch Chris Gones finish up, or at least get halfway through his qualifying attempt. First lap for Gones, 23.825. 23.656 for lap number 2. Carson Conway's first lap, 24.062, crosses the stripe. Goes 14th quick, a little bit faster, 23.980. Sean Roberts, the number 66. He's on track. First lap underway. Oh, loose off turn number 4. He's going to get a piece of the wall, just maybe a touch. Nothing significant, but that's going to really mess up his entire run. He didn't cross the stripe, though, so he may get another opportunity here. Matt Sisler, the number 93, first lap, 23.951. Puts him 15th quick. Second time around is faster, 23.685, puts him into the top 10. Sean Roberts does get a clean lap in, 23.849, puts him 14th. Right now, Zach Millett top of the board at 23.50. Drew Blaze equals that time. Let's see how close that really was. 23.509 for Millett. Drew Blaze was at 23.509, right down to the thousandths of a second. They got to go to the 10,000ths to find out for sure. Clearly, Millett being awarded that top spot. Everybody getting their laps in quickly. A handful of drivers opting not to take a time. Chad Martin, Michael Cole, Bill Molfeld, Jonathan Arnn. Looks like Matt Minnick as well. Qualifying has concluded. Let's take a look at our starting grid here from Iowa Speedway. The Lonestar Racing Truck Series Team Carolina eSports in the Draft 128. On the pole position, it is Zach Millett with a time of 23.509 seconds. Drew Blaze outside front row. Well, only goes to 3 places, but it looks like Blaze was just a fraction of a second slower outside front row for the 1. Row number 2, it's Brian Rose with Howler Boys Racing. He'll start in the 3rd spot with David Ballard rolling off the number 90 from the 4th position. Chris Goins with the Right Turn Racing. He'll start from the 5th spot with Matt Daniels rolling from P6. Vincent Short starts from the 7th position with Joe Tucker starting 8th. 9th starting position goes to Matt Sisler with Jesse Redding to his outside. PJ Cox in the 05, he'll roll from the 11th spot. 12th goes to Justin Johnson with Lonestar Racing. Kevin Grettenberger, the number 57, rolls 13th. The Shenandoah Shine Machine of Sean Roberts, he starts from the 14th position. Mike Fahey starts 15th. Ken Couch is 16th. Carson Conway is going to roll from the 17th starting position. Jarrett Woodard will start from the 18th spot out of Canada. Britt Osborne, Lone Star Racing number 421. He'll start 19th. Bill Mulfeld will start 20th. Michael Cole, 21st. Matt Minnick, 22nd. Chad Martin, 23rd. Jonathan Arnn, the number 43, is going to roll shotgun on the field in the 24th position. It's your starting grid here from Iowa Speedway. Field just about ready to pull out of the grid area. Get their first of, I believe, 2 formation wraps underway here before we go to the green flag in just a few moments.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
FYI, we will be running with driver radio communications turned on tonight. I gotta say that I did not warn everybody in the league that I'm doing that, so if there's some foul language, just disregard. We'll try to get that muted down if need be. Hopefully everything's okay. No short tempers tonight, though it is kind of a short track. It's like a big Richmond. So with that pole position, great for Zach Millett. However, he did win last week, so he is going to have to drop to the tail of the field before this one gets underway. That's going to move the 89 of Brian Rose up a spot into that pole position. He doesn't get the credit for that starting position. However, he will get the track position benefit out of it as that whole inside row is going to slide up. Drew Blaze going to start this race from the outside pole.
Pretty damn possible here, isn't it?
Definitely didn't happen to me in practice. What spinning truck?
Pace car lights are indeed out. We will be getting the green flag this time by... Oh, here we go with that again. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but we got some Phantom music being played once again. Thought we were clear of that, but if that's the only problems we got tonight, I'll be a happy guy. Pace cars off, green flag in the air. We're underway. The team, Carolina eSports, in the draft. 128 is green. Ryan Rose leads lap number 1 with close, hot pursuit from Drew Blaze. Right there to the tailgate of the Track Bar Media F-150s. They roll down into turn number 1, middle of 1 and 2. Drew Blaze is right there, but the caution is on the speedway already. Sean Roberts, Matt Daniels could be involved in this one. Indeed, Matt Daniels, the 5. Sean Roberts, the 66, top of your screen, also involved. Heavy damage to the number 66. Didn't take long. Again, tire pressure's not even quite up to where they need to be.
Yeah.
Let's get a look at
on
it.
the back stretch checking up.
See what happened. Oh, looks like this one tipped off a little bit ahead of the 66. Sean Roberts getting collected in it.
Check it up. Check it up.
Let's get a look at it here. Matt Daniels up top in the number 5. Chris Goins there in the middle. A little bit of contact, maybe a little net code, hard to say, but nonetheless, the 5 gets turned. In front of the 13 of Joe Tucker. Tucker gets a small piece of the left rear. Sends Daniels spinning, and then Sean Roberts gets the right side pretty significantly. You see Zach Millett way on the bottom. He gets clear. Puts us under our first caution of the day. So we got Random Chaos in the stream chat. Let's go. Can't join him tonight, but I can watch. That's a new name here in the stream chat. Not sure who that may be. I know Kevin Blue was unable to get home in time to join the race. So you got NeverGuess865 saying full send. Thank you guys for jumping in the stream chat early. Again, everybody watching the stream, feel free in the YouTube chat. Say hello. Give a shout out to your favorite driver. Tell us where you're watching from. How cold is it where you're at? How much snow do you got? We're in upstate New York here. We don't have any just yet, but it's coming. Schools are already closed for tomorrow. But I still got to go to work anyway. State of emergency and all. And no, I'm not a public safety worker. Jeff Simpson is Random Chaos. All right, Jeff. Sorry not to see you out there tonight. Got Zach Millett in the stream chat. I don't know if he's doing that or if he's having the Ginger do it. Also, guys, we switched over to a different stream encoder tonight. Now, some of you may have no idea what that is. Some of you may know exactly what that is. Doesn't matter, but nonetheless, if there's any issues visually that you guys are seeing, don't hesitate. Let me know. Point it out. I want to make sure everything looks good. So far, at least I can tell. I'm looking at it on my phone as well. It seems to be working just fine, but always trying to improve. If you sit still, you get past. Looks like pace car lights are off, which means we are on the 1-2-go lap. Lap 7, we get the green flag the next time by. I think the field's working turn 3 right now. Wayland lights are out. Waiting for him to go green here as the field works turn 4. Brian Rose with a jump down into turn number 1. Puts 2 to 3 truck lengths on Drew Blaze. As Blaze now has company to the bottom. It's David Ballard in the number 90 machine. Vincent Short top side to his outside, and we have another caution. Matt Daniels once again involved in this one. Don't know if he had help this time or not. Just hope it wasn't Chris Goins. Would that be bad? 2 in a row. Well, let's take a look.
It's probably dropped about 30 degrees out here near Nashville in the last 4 hours.
Well, let's see here. Daniels had a good run on the restart. Goes up the gut into turn number 1. Does he come down on the 23? Maybe. It's hard to say from that angle if he went down and the 23 came up.
27 degrees.
Let's get a better look at it here from the
we're supposed
blimp.
to have wind chills on our mountain tomorrow, like 20 below, and about 6 inches of snow.
Now, I did notice that the field was not quite tightened up here, which is what may have contributed to this big gap that we're looking at. Yeah, Daniels looks like he came down. The 23 is kind of straddling that seam. Either way, the 5 goes around once again here. Our second caution of the night from Iowa Speedway. With that, though, we're going to step aside real quick, get a break out of the way. We'll be back after this.
Right back in.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Towards you, give him a little help. Sir, yes, sir.
Jack, make sure when you get up here, you kiss my
Welcome
ass.
back, ladies and gentlemen, to the virtual Iowa Speedway. 11 laps in. Second caution we are currently working. Both incidents involving Matt Daniels. A little bit of contact and around they go. Really haven't had a run that's gone long enough to get tire pressures really up to snuff to get these guys handling the way that they need them to. See if we can get a longer run in here as we get ready to go back to the green flag with 12 laps about to go up on the board. Cody Anderson in the stream chat. Hi, Steve. Hi, Cody. Thanks for being here, sir. And we've got another caution.
There's more to the track than turns 1 and 2, guys.
Michael Cole looks like he's jumped straight to the pits. Let's take a look at it.
Hey, Zach, buddy.
I mean,
Yes, sir. If this continues, I'm telling the story that I battled you all night long.
Pace cars in 3.
Looks like we were 4 wide for a
It
moment.
could damn happen, Brett.
And that's kind of what triggered it. Big impact, and that's why Cole went right to the pits with the toe. He got stuck in the wall there.
That's 4 out of 4.
Look at it again from a better angle here, possibly. Slow things down just a hair. You see they're 4 wide. Matt Daniels goes to the bottom here, tries to shoot the bottom and take 3 spots in one foul swoop. Sends the 43 of Arn up into Sean Roberts. Roberts, chain reaction into Michael Cole, and there you have it. Cole gets stuck in the safer barrier. So inadvertently here, looks like we've had Matt Daniels somewhat involved in all 3 of these first cautions. No contact made this time, but
I came up on you.
looks like a reaction from the 43. Again, 4 wide at Iowa. You can possibly
Brett.
make that work, but not very well, clearly, in this instance.
Yes, sir. What are you doing so far up there, brother? The cautions keep coming out before I can let anybody buy me.
Again, we do have
Okay, well, I'll
the
keep it
driver's chat
open for
opened
you back
up
here
for
just a second.
tonight, so if there is some foul language, don't pay no mind. If it gets real crazy with some short tempers, we can certainly mute that later on. And I'm not quick enough to use the fancy button, but maybe we'll tape delay it one of these days if we have to. Do our own radioactive piece here at HBR TV. Pace car light's still on, so likely going to get the one to go the next time by. Should put us at the green flag with 17 laps on the board of 150. Again, it is the Team Carolina eSports in the draft 128. Pay no mind to the date to the bottom left corner. We did have an event that had to push the schedule out a week. I think I was unable to make the night for the broadcast, so League was gracious enough to move it out a week for us. I think that's why. So we'll watch the pace car here as it crosses the stripe. Leaders hit the line and the lights go out, so we are officially on the one to go lap. Next time by, it'll be 17 laps on the board. We will get a green flag and be back at racing speed.
Well, hey there, Justin.
So far, Brian Rose, I believe, has led every lap. Granted, we have had 3 yellows in the first 10, 15 laps of this event, so there hasn't been a whole lot of opportunity to get that pass completed for Drew Blaze. And again, tire pressure's not quite up where they need to be just yet. That will come soon enough. Pace car is off.
Green flag.
Green flag waves. We're back underway here from Iowa Speedway. Brian Rose with a good jump, 2 truck lengths there. Now, Drew Blaze didn't get a terrible restart this time, but he does have some pressure. Vincent Short, HBR teammate to Brian Rose, slides up the racetrack, might have got into the left side of Drew Blaze. In the middle of turn 2, they continue on. That was a close one. Let's see if he gets through it this time. Vince takes the middle lane, slides up the racetrack again. Vince has got a fast truck, but he has slid up the racetrack in a couple of corners and almost got into the side of Drew Blaze. Brian Rose still with the lead. Drew Blaze not wasting any time, though. He gets to the outside of the number 89 Track Bar Media F-150, putting that Lonestar Racing Toyota nose in the front into turn number 3. He wants the lead, doesn't want to be back with the 15. He's saying, I'm not going to wait. It's time to go to the stripe. Drew Blaze is going to lead it and clear the 89 of Brian Rose. Move Rose to P2. Vincent Short still 3rd. Sisler is 4th. David Ballard now runs 5th. Caution on the speedway once again. Jesse Redding involved in this one, the number 21 machine.
Let's go on the back stretch, check it out.
Drew Blaze now going to have an opportunity to restart this one from the top spot. Brian Rose now will have the disadvantage of the outside lane. Let's take a look and see what happened with Jesse Redding. Put us under our 4th caution of the night.
Hi, Tucker. How are you, buddy?
Just here, man.
Looks like
Can't
the-
drive long enough to get them hot.
Oh, wait, to Ken Couch made some contact with Jesse Redding. And we heard in the background, it
I
sounded
don't know
like
what it is, but it's smiling on me.
someone had mentioned that the tires just not getting warm enough,
Did you
likely
say slam the
contributing
brake?
to this issue. And that is exactly what we talked about with tire
Yeah,
pressures.
sure, I won't be
Got to
buying
get
it.
some heat in the tire. Tire pressures have to come up. The trucks will
Well,
start to
no, not
handle a
right
little
now.
bit better. But until
Hold on.
that happens, you're going to be dealing with loose conditions with these trucks. Contact certainly not helping. So 23 laps in, fourth caution of the night. We're going to jump out to another break here. We'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Team Carolina eSports in the Draft 128. I'm Steve Singer with HBR TV. Working our fourth caution of the night, 26 laps in, getting ready to go back to the green flag. Drew Blaze, Brian Rose, Matt Sisler, Dave Ballard, PJ Cox appear to be your top 5 presently. Blaze had recently taken over the top spot after really a battle between Vincent Short and then Brian Rose. Took the spot on the outside and has maintained it through this. Well, it's a caution, so he's not going to lose that spot at this point. But we're going to go back to the green flag, see if Brian Rose has anything more for Drew Blaze at this point of the race. Again, at a bit of a disadvantage. We saw it hurt Drew Blaze early on in the event through a couple of restarts where you really have to be careful not to get the jump on the leader as to not get the black flag. We're using the Geico restart zone, which means the drivers can fire within that area. They do so. Blaze is in the throttle and underway here from Iowa. And we're under the caution flag once again. Carson Conway involved in this one.
Before we start yelling at each other. Come low, Vince.
Let's see what happened here. You see the number 72 with Carson Conway down low. Everybody gets checked up here. Stop, go, stop,
Kind of tastes
go.
like it.
Contact between Sean Roberts and Matt Daniels again. They were the result of our first caution, and now Carson Conway gets tied up in this one. Innocent bystander for that. Another driver comes in late and just gets the right side of the 72.
I could be wrong, but I just barely had to check up for Justin. Then the guy behind me, I think, had to check up for me, and he got hit in the ass.
I suppose that's start finish line.
Smoke. More like it.
Picking up on the front stretch.
Some drivers opting to hit pit lane, Joe Tucker being one of them. It's a fuel stop only. Again, we really haven't ran
Basically, also what I'm
enough
saying
green
is,
flag laps to really burn up these tires at this point. Really haven't even gotten them hot enough to get everything really worn into the point where we can run these things. Drivers do have 4 sets of tires to work with over the wall. That's 4 plus the set that is on the truck. Full fuel load. No adjustments made there for this particular race. Kevin Blue, stream looks great tonight. Thanks, Kevin. Again, working with a new encoder tonight with some slightly different settings. Nothing significant. Been pretty reliable with what we were using before, but had some problems with it in the past, and finally got around to making some changes. Uh-oh, Chris Goins. Who wants to hear a joke? I do. Remember, Chris Goins running in position number 10 here at Iowa. But go ahead, Chris, while we're under caution, why don't you throw us a funny? Even Zach Millett chatting in this chat while he's in the truck right now. Chris Goins, we're waiting. Must have dropped his phone. Oh, hang on. I might be able to fix that. Oh, it must have been real bad. It didn't even ask me to approve it. Unless, well, maybe you're on slow mode. I do have it on slow mode to help keep the naked HD ads down. Oh well, try again later, Chris. Next time, lead with the joke instead of asking. We always want to hear it. You don't need to ask if we want to hear it. It's back up front, Drew Blaze and Brian Rose. Blaze to the inside, Rose up top. Looks like we're formed up 2 by 2. We should get the green flag this time by. It'll be lap 33. Pace car pulls off. We're going to ride on board with Drew Blaze as we go to the green flag. Blaze goes way up top in the middle of 3 and 4 there. Matt Daniels back running in the 20th position. Had a rough afternoon so far for the number 5 machine. Been involved in a few of these cautions this evening.
Yeah, I saw that.
Big gaggle of trucks here at the back of the pack. Some contact made off at turn number 2.
Didn't realize that was you, baby. Sorry.
You're good.
Battle between Jonathan Arnn and Carson Conway. This is for the 21st position currently. Arnn battling with Jarrett Woodard up top, the number 79.
Did you get enough room there, David? Oh yeah. I was trying to get as much gas off the corner. I do feel like it's a great stick with the road.
Now the battle with Chris Gomes and Mike Fahey for position. Gones running in the 11th spot, Fahey just behind in 12th. Justin Johnson running in the 9th position by a nose. This gets out in front of the 08. That's Ken Couch. Caution on the speedway once again. Bill Mulfeld involved in this one. Possibly a single truck spin for the 911.
On the inside of me.
Yeah, no problems, brother.
Let's get a look at it, see what happened here. Sean Roberts down low. Looks like another 3 wide, but not quite. Sean Roberts takes the middle lane, slides up a bit, gets into the 911. Might have thought that Matt Daniels was way closer than he was. And you take another look at it here, again, from the blimp. See the 66 of Sean Roberts there. He's going to stay to the middle. Daniels drops way to the bottom.
Checking up,
Now,
checking up.
2 lanes between these two going into the corner. Again, Sean Roberts may not have been aware of that as he stays a little bit higher, trying not to make contact with the 5, but in doing so does make contact with the 911 of Mulfeld. So meanwhile, through all that, Vincent Short has taken over the top spot. Didn't catch that one. Let's see if we can find it. Scrolling through. Not seeing it, gentlemen and ladies. That may not have been a pass during the racing itself. This may have been pit related. Looks like Drew Blaze pit at lap 41, so yeah, that would explain Blaze not up front now. He did take the opportunity to pit. Does come out in 4th. Looks like he did take tires and fuel. Top three drivers pit around the lap 22, 28, and 30. That's Vincent Short, Matt Daniels, Sean Roberts. So different pit strategy, different pit cycle.
No, I just wanted to beat you out. That's all I was. I didn't care if I wrecked it.
No, that's what I'm saying. You beat me out in the last like 10 feet of pit exit.
Yeah, I was diddling with that, speeding in the pits best I could.
So pace car light's still on. I think we're going to get the 1-to-go signal this time by. So give us the green flag at lap 45 if that remains the case. That is not the case. Pace car lights stay lit. Another time around, so maybe lap 46 will get the green flag. We're going to jump out, get a quick 30-second break out of the way, and we'll be back after this.
The great thing about youth sports, they give young people an opportunity to participate in something that is going to broaden them as people.
I think it's very amazing that Garza Law Firm has made a commitment to help the youth kids with playing different sports.
Guys like Marcos Garza that put their time into being able to help these kids live out a dream. It's made me who I am today.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Field still formed up single file. They cross the stripe. Pace car lights do go out. Restart going to come lap 46. Vincent Short, Matt Daniels, Sean Roberts, Drew Blaze, Matt Sisler going to be the top 5. Zach Millet's worked his way into the top 10. He runs 6th. Brian Rose, P7. PJ Cox is 8th. Kevin Grettenberger, 9th. Justin Johnson runs 10th. Remember, top 3 drivers on a little bit older tire strategy. Short pit at lap 22. Daniels 28. Sean Roberts lap 30. Everybody else behind. Pit under this caution. 4 tires and fuel for just about everybody behind the top 3. Can be an interesting restart here to watch. First lap or 2 could be hairy if they continue it on. I would expect to see those drivers from 4th on back start to really cut into the lap times of our top 3s. Pace car pulls off. Barney's going to wave the flag. He does. We're in the throttle in the Geico restart zone. We're back underway from Iowa. Vincent Short drove it way deep, gets up in the loose stuff in the marbles. Matt Daniels slides up the racetrack as well. Vince continues to keep the lead into turn 3, but closing in fast is the 93 of Matt Sisler. Drew Blaze trying to do the same. Both of those drivers with fresher rubber as the car spins off turn 4. No caution just yet, but it's Brian Rose in trouble. No yellow. One single truck spin. Let's watch it come into the green flag. Does he have help? Doesn't appear to be. Just gets to the throttle a little too soon, and around she goes. Again, fresh tires on the track bar medium machine. Got to wait for those pressures to come up. Got to be careful early on. Definitely bit him pretty hard here after this restart. Battle for the lead. Vincent Short to the outside. Matt Sisler down low, down in turn number 3. Again, Sisler with fresher rubber underneath that machine. Going for the top spot off turn number 4. Vince has the outside line, carries some momentum. He keeps the lead at the stripe. See if he can do it another time around here. Sisler still does not have Short clear. switch up to position. Sisler goes up top, and Vince slides up the track, doors the 93 into the wall. Somehow a caution comes out. I don't know if it was for that incident or otherwise. It's pulling Sean Roberts here for a reason as well. Maybe that's it. Yes, Roberts slow in the middle of the corner. Something happening, something amiss with the 66. This is a big help for Brian Rose. He lost a ton of track position on the restart. Well, let's see here what happened with Sean Roberts to put us under our 7th yellow of the night. Sean Roberts, the number 66 Shenandoah Shine machine. PJ Cox down low in the Monster Energy F-150. Matt Daniels just behind. From that perspective, it looks like Daniels got into the 66 again. That would be the 3rd caution between these two tonight. I guess let's watch it from the blimp here and see what it looks like from this perspective. Matt Daniels just drives it right in the back of the 66 and sends him around. And it seems that Brian Rose may have crashed again, or was this just him slowing up? Oh. No issue for Brian Rose there. It's just him slowing up at the tail of the field. Very interesting, though. Again, the 3rd incident tonight between the 66 and the 5. That's Sean Roberts and Matt Daniels. They cannot stay away from each other for whatever reason. Question in the chat from Random Chaos. Does Daniels have fresh tires? No, he pit at lap 28. I'm not 100% sure when Sean Roberts pit prior to now. It only shows me the most recent, and that shows, well, this current stop. But I believe everybody pit, with the exception of the top 3 prior to the last restart. That was at lap 41, so it seems that for the most part, the entire field had fresher rubber than Matt Daniels. Again, Daniels restarted in the top 3, and he quickly was falling through the field. Don't recall if Sean Roberts was one of those drivers or not. Probably take a quick look, though. We'll look at the restart here. Sean Roberts, yeah, I think Sean was on older tires as well. In fact, I think Sean had 2-lap newer tires, if I remember correctly. He pit lap 30 prior to now that I'm jogging the memory bank. We're just past the 1/3 mark here at Iowa Speedway. 7 cautions in. Hopefully we don't continue the trend, because we're going to end up with 21 yellows if that's the case. Showing a little bit of damage on the 93 of Matt Sisler, though he is out in front. That likely due to the contact between himself and Vincent Short. And those two drivers were battling pretty heavy for the top spot. Sisler was to the outside, and Vincent Short was down low, drove it into the corner, slid it up the racetrack, all the way up the racetrack and into the driver door of the 93. Race car lights are off, so we are on the 1 to go signal. Next time by, be lap 56, we'll be back to the green flag. See if we can get a good long jaunt of green flag racing in. It's been a tough one here tonight. Cautions breed cautions, of course. We've talked about that so many times, but tires seem to be the storyline tonight. Got to get some heat into these things before they're really going to hook up. Take a look at the weather. It is a very humid day here at the Speedway. Track temp not too hot, though. 91 degrees. I wouldn't call it cold, but it'd certainly be much hotter. Cool air here, 65 degrees, and a light breeze, 2 miles an hour. Pace car pulls off. Going to be back to the green flag here. Matt Sisler gets him underway. Good restart for Vincent Short, even on the outside. Don't know if he was too far back or not, but that could draw a black flag for the 15. We'll have to watch and see. iRacing controls that. That is not an admin black if he receives it. Way up top of the racetrack. He's going to bring Zach Millett with him. Millett just a lane below. Drew Blaze below the 315. Two fastest qualifiers in the field, side by side as they work into turn number 1. Vincent Short still maintaining the top spot, running that ultra high lane. Meanwhile, Drew Blaze is going to take advantage. He's going to steal the spot from Vincent Short and possibly from Zach Millett in the reverse order. He's definitely got it from Millett. Definitely got it from Short. Off turn number 4, new leader, Drew Blaze. Random chaos in the stream chat says should be 15 degrees, negative 15. Vincent Short in the wall off turn number 4. Everybody scattering, trying to avoid. The 15 stays in the gas, but he's going to lose some spots. He's back to 4th already. Justin Johnson's going to try and take that away, but Short trying to take advantage and fight back on the outside. Does well keeping the momentum up in that truck. I don't see anybody else running that line currently. Seems to be working for him. Again, Vince has older tires right now. He pitted lap 22. I know we've had some caution since then, but he's doing a decent job maintaining in the top 5. Carries a ton of momentum out of the corner. Really carries the truck down the straightaway. Again, we are on a short track. Still momentum. It almost looks like we're running at California Speedway here. Justin Johnson takes a spot from PJ Cox, moved the 10 into position 4. Trying to do the same here with Vincent Short. Johnson all the way to the bottom, Short up top. Vince defending well, no blocking needed here, but he's able to run that Larson line. I haven't really seen that be super effective at a smaller track like this. We usually see that come into play places like Chicagoland, or like I said, even Auto Club, Las Vegas. Kind of rip the top, carry the momentum. It's a little bit safer on the tires as well. However, there's not as much rubber up top, so you will kind of grade them down with the track surface alone until you can kind of get it groove worn in. Justin Johnson, though, does take the position away from Vince, moves the 15 back to P4. Justin Johnson up into the top 3 for the first time today. Vincent Short now battling with PJ Cox for position. PJ wants to up his position up to P4. Not happy with 5th. I'm sure he's happy with it, but you're never happy until you're leading the race. Vince just continues to drive away on the straightaways, though. Does change his lane up a little bit, though. Back to the middle groove. High on exit. He's in the wall again off of 4. Really pushing that truck hard, trying to stay in front of PJ Cox. Again, it is early on in this event. You got to kind of back it off, save the truck. Can't keep hitting the wall like that. It's going to slow you down in the long run, and we have a long ways to go before this one's official. Now Chris Goins going to take the position away. Goins up into the top 5. Vincent Short now to P6. David Ballard closing in as well. Again, maybe some damage to the right side of the Vincent Short machine. A little loose on exit. Unfortunately for the 15. Had a strong run going, but now free falling through the field. Getting ever closer to losing another position now to David Ballard here. It's about 3 to 4 truck lengths between these two. Closes in a little deeper now. It's 2 to 3 trucks between them. Matt Daniels still running in the top 10 in the position number 8. Kevin Grettenberger's 9th. Ken Couch currently in the 10th spot. Brian Rose closing in on the 08 as the caution does come back out once again. Possibly for Carson Conway in this one. Don't have a major indication of an issue, but let's see. Carson Conway off track. Contact, maybe Britt Osborne. Yeah, definitely got into the left side of Britt Osborne. Jarrett Woodard's going to get a piece of this. Jarrett Woodard gets a big piece of Britt Osborne there. Puts us under the caution flag once again. Pit stop's underway. The leader's down pit lane. Just about everybody down pit road. All the way back to position number 23, Jonathan Arn. Everybody down for regular scheduled service. Four tires and fuel for the leaders for certain. Seems that's probably going to be the case for everybody out there. Big race off of pit lane here. Not sure if Millett won that one or Blaze. It was awfully close. Looks like it's going to go to Millett. Millett going to restart with the lead. Just shy of halfway from Iowa Speedway. We're going to take another break. We'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back to Iowa Speedway for the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. Team Carolina eSports in the draft 128. Zach Millett now with the lead. Started from the rear, won the pole position. Again, with the win penalties that this league does impose, he had to start from the back. We're just about halfway here as we're getting ready to take the green flag. Zach Millett finally out front, still in hot pursuit from the one of Drew Blaze. Going to be his strongest contender here as the pace car peels off turn number 4. We're back underway. Good restart for the 315. Again, the disadvantage goes to the outside truck when you're using that restart zone. You got to be oh so careful to not get the black flag. We did see Vincent Short seem to be able to work it to his advantage. Held back just a bit, not too much just to draw a black flag. Was able to really get a run on the lead on the restart. Not so much the case here for Drew Blaze at this point. Sure he'll get a handle on it before we're done. Lap 75 on the board. That's the halfway lap. 75 up, 75 to go. Car spinning through the grass. I think it might have been the 08 of Ken Couch. Indeed it was. Slow into turn 1. Doesn't hit anything. Stay under the green flag. Much like what we saw happen with Brian Rose earlier on. See if it was related to getting the power down a little too soon. The 08 up top. Don't know if there was contact with Mike Fahey. We'll back it up a little further. I don't think that there was. No, indeed. This is just getting on the power a little too early on corner exit. A little too hard. Doesn't collect anybody. Pretty decent save, though, driving it through the grass to keep it off the wall and out of traffic, then rejoining the race. Out front, though, the battle hot and heavy between Millett and Blaze. Less than a truck between the two of them. Blaze on the ultra bottom lane, picking up some speed there through mid-corner. Short way around's the fast way around, at least for now. We did see a very alternate strategy from Vincent Short early on, using the top side to continue to build momentum, kind of defend the charging truck from behind. But in this case, Blaze drops it right down to the bottom, taking the shortcut, so to speak. And if you're on that low lane, it is the shortest distance from point A to point B. At the line, Millett still leads. Blaze is right there, though, just waiting for one mistake. He can pounce and attack the 315 to take that lead away. He's even closer into turn number 3. Ironically, they ran the same lap time in qualifying down to the 1,000th. Last time by, both drivers turned a 23.77 second lap. Next time by, Blaze is half a tenth faster as he ticks the nose to the inside. Down the back straightaway, battle for the lead into turn number 3. Blaze looking for it, still side by side through 3 and 4. Off turn 4, contact is made! Gets into Zach Millett. No caution, Millett continues on, but hard impact it seemed. There might be some damage to that truck. Gonna rewind it here again just to get a look. I didn't get any indicator, so I don't have any hotkey for it. But let's slow this one down just a bit. Off turn number 4. You see Blaze open up the wheel for a brief second. Don't know if he got loose, but definitely gets into Zach off the corner. Zach smacks the right rear of the truck in the wall, continues on, doesn't bring out a caution. It's definitely going to damage that machine. We'll have to see how he performs throughout the rest of the event. Meanwhile, Drew Blaze now out front. Chris Goins runs in second. Millett has dropped back to third after that contact with the 1. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the penultimate event of the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. One more to go after tonight, and that's on the high banks of Daytona International Speedway. Certainly a wild card to close it out. Checking on some other drivers, Brian Rose up into the top 5 once again after some struggles. Remember, he did spin after a restart off turn number 4, very similar to what we saw Ken Couch do just a few moments ago. Didn't get a caution, had to really just kind of hope and pray for a caution, was lucky enough to get it. Since then has worked his way back up through the field into the top 5. Rose having a strong night so far. Justin Johnson just behind, running in the 6th spot. Justin having a good night as well. Started P12. Justin running the Garza Law Firm colors. Jonathan Arnn running in the number 18 position, the number 43 STP colors. Always cool to see that truck out on track. Started dead last, opted not to qualify. Shotgun on the field, up into the 18th position. Now 17th position. Jonathan Arnn on a charge towards the front. Millett still hanging on to that 3rd spot. Certainly no required damage to have repaired at this point. No meatball flag for the 315, thankfully for him. Mike Fahey running just outside the top 10 in the 11th spot. Battling with Jesse Redding now for position. Redding trying to take that spot away. So right on board with the number 21. See what he can do with Mike Fahey. I'm not 100% sure, but I think Mike Fahey, I don't think he's even in his home state right now. Well, his residential state, so to speak. I think he's made the trip up into upstate New York for the holidays, so maybe he brought his rig with him, or maybe I'm just a complete idiot and he hasn't left the state of Texas yet. But either way, he's out here at Iowa Speedway, turning laps, having a good night so far. We haven't seen Tristan Sykes show up yet, so maybe there's more action to come, maybe not. We'll see. Jesse Redding goes to the inside, trying to take the position away from Mike Fahey. Battle continues between the 19 and the 21. Fahey doing a good job battling back on the high side, a la Vincent Short. Kind of the same way he was maintaining his positions early on, using that high line to carry the momentum down the straightaway, kind of drive out of the corner, carry more speed through the corners. See it paying off here once again as Redding still cannot clear Mike Fahey for that position. Really see it there on the outside. The 19 just powers off the corner. Finally, Redding does clear him. I was hoping Chris Fahey would chime in here. So she gives us the skinny here. She's going to spill the tea. Mike drove 25 hours from Texas to New York. Got here about 5 p.m. Eastern time. Set up his stuff to drive a little bit more. I don't know how you do it. I drove from Oneonta back to Rochester today, and I'm like, I don't feel like turning any laps tonight. I'm going to sit here and broadcast. Well, good to see him out there. So far, no sign of Tristan Sykes. Thanks, Chris, for chiming in and giving us the deets. Out front, though, Chris Goins, your new leader, is taking the top spot from Drew Blaze. Goins certainly laying some practice down this week, trying to get better and faster, and it's certainly paying off. He's got a half-second lead over the one of Drew Blaze. Now, this could be tire strategy, too. We don't necessarily know. This place will chew up tires. Again, it's kind of like a big Richmond raceway. Tires so important in a place like that. Well, same holds true here. They're not going to necessarily burn them off to nothing, but you will lose a lot of pace as the run goes on. You see it right now. Chris Goins' best lap of the day. It's actually the same pace as Drew Blaze at 23:49. But last time by, they're running 24:63 and 24:87 respectively. So losing about a full second throughout the course of this run thus far. I think we went back to the green about 26 laps ago. So that's not a terrible amount of time to burn up a full second of lap time just from tire wear. So we'll have to see. Maybe Drew Blaze trying to save a little bit for later on in this run if it really comes down to a long run type situation where he has to have some extra tire to battle back, maybe to reel in Chris Goins. Maybe he thinks that Chris is pushing too hard. That can really pay off for him later on in this event. I think we're going to have at least one more pit stop before this one is through. But nonetheless, if anybody's going to save some tire out there, Drew Blaze is certainly one that's quite good at that. Also pretty damn good at saving fuel. So going to be a fun one to watch, whether it's right down to performance or strategy. Either way, Drew Blaze is going to be a contender before this one's out. Looking through the field here, just about everybody on the same tire strategy presently. Got a couple of stragglers like Jarrett Woodard, pit lap 71, but I think that was more due to the fact he was involved in a caution. He's in his pit box for just under 40 seconds, but everybody else, 4 tires and fuel at about lap 69. Last time they visited pit lane. I think one more stop, again with a full fuel load on board. They should be able to make it all the way to the checkered flag to complete this one. Carson Conway and Jonathan Arnn. This is for the 14th position. Conway's up 3 spots on the day. Jonathan Arnn again started dead last. He's up to 15th, up 9 spots. Oh, we got a spinner at the start-finish line. Not sure who that was. Caution doesn't come out just yet, or does it? It does. Sean Roberts, it seems that was the driver we saw spinning at the start-finish line. Yes, indeed, the 66 Shenandoah Shine F-150. In trouble again. It's been a rough night for Sean Roberts. Let's get a look at it. Certainly some damage on that machine from the incidents of the evening. Just tank slaps a little bit. Starts wiggling the rear end, trying to chase it and correct it. Slight over correction, and I say tank slap. Some guys might have no idea what I'm talking about, but essentially what happens is you've got a fuel tank. There's liquid in that fuel tank, and as you start to try and chase the truck and it wiggles the rear end of the truck, well, all that fuel kind of sloshes around inside that tank. Yes, there is a bladder in there to help control some of that. Also protects the fuel cell in the event of a crash to prevent a fire. But in this case, it does shift the weight distribution in the truck when that happens, and it can become very difficult to catch any kind of a slide in that instance. My personal experience with it used to be in the fire department, driving fire trucks with a 750-gallon onboard tank. If it's half full and it's moving around, you feel it. Even in a 50,000-pound vehicle, it's slower, high traffic speeds of 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. In a race truck at 100-plus miles an hour, you're absolutely going to feel 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 gallons moving around at 7, 8 pounds per gallon. It will be noticeable for sure. Meanwhile, though, leaders are going to hit pit lane, or actually leaving pit lane already. Pit stops complete. 4 tires and fuel for looks like everyone. Again, I can't imagine anybody taking just 2 at this stage of the game. We're going to step aside, get another break out of the way, and we'll be back after this.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back to Iowa Speedway. The team Carolina eSports presents the In the Draft 128 Lonestar Racing Truck Series event here from Iowa Speedway. 9th caution of the day, 111 laps in. Pace car lights are off. Field formed up 2 by 2, going back to the green flag this time by Drew Blaze is your leader. Zach Millett going to restart to the outside. Then it's Chris Goins, Brian Rose, and Matt Sisler, the top 5.
Way.
As has been the trend tonight, the leader gets a great restart. Outside truck, not so much. Blaze out to a 3-4 truck advantage into turns 3 and 4. Millett runs second still. Ryan Rose, Matt Sisler, Chris Goins now the top 5. Cross the stripe. Lap 113 goes up on the board. Millett must have been happy with the race truck because through that cycle of pit stops, actually he must have burned the fast repair. So that truck is no longer damaged. Let's see how he continues on. Caution does come back out though. Now it looks like Vincent Short and Ken Couch involved in this one. Torch is going to turn hard left into pit lane. Let's see what happened here with Short and Couch. Couch just behind. You see Vincent sliding up the track a little bit. Doesn't see the other truck to the outside. Just pinches him into the wall. That's the 726 machine of Michael Cole. Then chain reaction. Vince comes down, clips the right rear Couch, then back into Cole. Bill Molfeld gets a piece of this as well. Big trouble here. Turn number 3 at Iowa. And here we go again. Cautions breeding cautions. Fresh tires and a big group of trucks all together. It's a recipe for disaster in many cases. They got to get some heat into the tires, get that long run going. We saw it already previous to this. They went quite a ways under the green flag without any issues. Once they get into a rhythm and get settled, it doesn't seem to be as big of an issue, but man, these things are a handful on cold tires.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Pace car lights are off. Next time by, we'll be back under the green flag. Drew Blaze is going to lead them down. Zach Millett to the outside once again at a disadvantage. Again, we've seen every driver that's in that outside lane at the front row on the restarts really have to be careful not to jump at the start, not to beat the leader to the line. You've got to maintain a certain amount of speed as to not be too far back. Can't go too fast. You got to be just perfect. Goldilocks syndrome, got to be just right on these restarts, and if you're not, you either get the black flag or you get gapped by the leader at the line. We saw it happen to Drew Blaze quite a bit. Seen it happen to Zach Millett as well. Let's see what happens this time as the pace car is getting ready to peel off. It does, hits pit lane. Blaze fires really late. Almost an advantage to doing that because Millet can kind of plan. The later you get in that box, the easier it is to anticipate when to go. It's still the advantage for Drew Blaze as a truck length, maybe more off turn number 2. Blaze out in front, Millet second, Rose third, Sisler fourth, Matt Daniels back up to P5. Drew Blaze shaking up the color schemes on that truck again, looking good as always. Again, both of these drivers ran an identical qualifying lap earlier on tonight, right down to the thousandths of a second. Millet awarded the pole. Not sure what the tie break is there, or if maybe iRacing just pulls it a little bit further out. But we're under the caution once again for the 11th time today. Britt Osborne in trouble on the Speedway. Let's see what happened with the 421. Got Britt Osborne, Bill Mulfeld, and Jonathan Arnn, the 3 trucks to the right of the screen. Mulfeld just drives it in a little deep, gets to the left rear. Contact with the 421 up the racetrack and into the safer barrier he goes. This is under the yellow once again. Well, we got a bunch of you guys still in the stream. Got 11 plus watchers right now. Coming up on about 25 or so laps to go, maybe about that when we go back to the green flag. Who are you guys picking to win right now? What's it look like? We've got 2 of our faster guys right out front, but you got Brian Rose. He's won some races this season. Matt Sisler showing some speed. Matt Daniels just will not go away. He's been in 3 or 4 wrecks tonight, and he's still up in the top 5. Justin Johnson has shown some power tonight. So is Chris Goins. Mike Fahey back into the top 10. Then you got PJ Cox and Jesse Redding. So all these guys have shown some flashes of brilliance tonight for sure. Who do you think is going to win it here with 123 laps of 150 on the board? Let us know. We'll talk about it after the break.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Welcome back to Iowa Speedway, Lonestar Racing Truck Series, Team Carolina eSports in the draft 128. Got 25 laps to go, going to be 24 to go when we get the green flag. Got Random Chaos in the stream chat. He's picking Millet to win this one. And you know what? As much as I'd like to see Millet win it, just because he's an HBR guy, I don't think he's got anything for Drew Blaze tonight, especially with these outside restarts. He's at a disadvantage. Blaze just seems to have a little bit more on him on a long run. I could be proven wrong, but we'll see what happens. We're back underway here from Iowa. Blaze out to the early advantage down the backstretch. Millet runs second. Rose is third, but Sisler battling for that position. Meanwhile, Brian Rose trying to take second from Millet. Drew Blaze is watching this happen in the rearview mirror saying, yep, keep at it, boys. It's going to let me run away with it. Oh, trouble off turn number 2. We got a car in the wall. Jesse Redding, Chris Gones. We stay under the green flag. Well, it wasn't Chris Gones. My mistake. Not sure who that was. Maybe that was Jesse Redding. Very well could have been. And another truck. Tough break for the 21, though, as we do stay under the green flag. Blaze maintains the top spot, about a half-second advantage over Zach Millet. Then it is Brian Rose, Matt Daniels, and Matt Sisler. Battle for the 4th position heating up here. Daniels to the bottom, Sisler up top. Daniels having a good strong run after he sorted out the early race issues. Again, he was involved in 3 or 4 of the cautions that we had. Nonetheless, has persevered, not given up. Still battling here for this position, sitting there in the top 5. This is for the 4th spot if he can take it away from Matt Sisler. But meanwhile, Chris Gones and Justin Johnson, they're having their own battle behind this gap, or this group. Gap is quite small between these 4 trucks. Anything can change in the positions, but Sisler does clear Daniels. Daniels slides up in front of Justin Johnson. Chris Gones to the inside of the 10. Meanwhile, Brian Rose is taking over the 2nd spot from Zach Millet. He's on the charge, going to try and reel in Drew Blaze. He said, I don't think Millet has anything for Drew at this point. As that gap continues to widen between the 1 and the 315, but it is starting to shrink slightly between the 1 and the 89. Chris Goins has cleaned up the pass with the 10 of Johnson. Now he's trying to complete the pass with Matt Daniels. Goins now up to the 5th position. Remember, he had a fast truck early on as well. He had some laps led, was up there in that top 3 for a little bit. Still a strong truck, 17 to go. We've got some smoke up there in the field. I don't know if we got another caution. No, we still stay under green. Maybe that was Sean Roberts involved. It looks like it could have been. Sean is off the racetrack, so that's likely the situation. Goins and Matt Sisler battling now. This is for the 4th position. Goins wants to try and take this away, but Sisler is not giving up. Once again, the 93, he's going to work that outside lane. See if he's going to carry the momentum out of turn 2. He can drive down that straightaway with a little bit more speed than the 28. Nose is back in front. Still not enough to clear, though. We have seen this work for a little while, but you see, once again, Chris Goins will slide up in front of the 93, clear him, take P4. Seen for the most part that high side only enough to prevent the inevitable. Random Chaos says, this is why I don't make real bets. Yeah, I'm the same way. And I thought the opposite, and I still don't make the real bets. Meanwhile, Drew Blaze checking out. found another gear, and he's driving away from Brian Rose. 1.6 seconds the advantage here with less than 13 laps to go. Brian Rose still in the second spot. Now the battle shaping up here for the third position. Chris Goins putting on the pressure to Zach Millett. This would be for P3. Got a very humid day here in Iowa today. You can almost cut it with a knife. Chris Goins up into the third spot. He takes it away from Millett without really much of a fight. I don't know if Millett's still having some residual damage from that early incident. Certainly does not have the pace that he once had. Matt Daniels still hanging tough in the top 5. Justin Johnson still having a strong day as well. Started 12th. Just one more position gets him into the top 5. Currently in the 6th spot. Matt Sisler has dropped back quite a ways, though. He's in the 7th position. He's been a top 5 truck most of the night. PJ Cox has had a few moments of brilliance as well. Currently 8th in the top 10. Mike Fahey still also in the top 10. Joe Tucker started in the 8th position, still runs in the 10th spot. Certainly going to try all he's got to try and get around Mike Fahey for that 9th spot. So one thing about Joe Tucker is until that checkered flag flies, he does not give up. Looks like we're going to have a battle for the 2nd spot here before we know it. But Zach Millett battles back on the high side. Almost some contact with himself and Chris Goins. Goins keeps his foot in it. This is kind of a 3-way battle for the 2nd spot. We thought Millett was kind of out of the gas there for a little while because Goins made short work of him, but now he's battling back on the high side. Maybe changed up the lane a little bit, found some more speed up top as he is running in behind teammate Brian Rose. Matt Daniels has joined this picture as well, but through it all, Blaze continues to check out. 2.6 seconds the advantage for the 1 with less than 6 laps to go. This is really going to be a battle for the 2nd spot. We'll continue to watch it. Of course, a caution would shake things up, wouldn't it? Matt Daniels to the inside of Chris Goins. Again, all these drivers pit about lap 107. That's when they got their tires. One driver, Kevin Grettenberger, just cracking the top 10. He pit at lap 114, so slightly fresher rubber on the number 57. Meanwhile, Zach Millett's truck has all of a sudden come back to life. Running in the 2nd spot now. Still hasn't cleared teammate Brian Rose. Now he has. Matt Daniels is going to chase him through as well, but I just don't think Millett pulled the trigger soon enough. Maybe he was saving some tire for later on in the run. He's certainly going towards the front now, but with less than 3 laps to go, he doesn't have enough time to catch Drew Blaze unless we get a caution. Again, that would change a lot of things, but Blaze with a 3+ second advantage over Zach Millett. They work off of turn number 2. Zach has definitely changed up his line. I'll tell you, Matt Daniels has certainly done a good job here. He has changed things up significantly. Don't know if he just saved a little extra over for late, but he is putting the power down, battling Zach Millett for P2 as they cross the stripe. 2 laps to go. Drew Blaze down into turns 3 and 4. Going to be the white flag one more time around for the 1. Meanwhile, Matt Daniels got a nose out in front of Zach Millett as they work into turns 1 and 2. Still hot and heavy for this position. It's going to be a photo finish for the second spot, I think. Down the backstretch, they drag race down into turn number 3. Drew Blaze, on the other hand, he's off at turn number 4, sees a checkered flag, and he's going to win at Iowa. The Team Carolina eSports in the draft 128 belongs to Drew Blaze. Matt Daniels is going to cross the stripe and nose past Zach Millett for second. Millett's going to finish third. Chris Goins fourth. Brian Rose finishes P5. Drew Blaze, your race winner here at Iowa. We're going to step aside, get our final break out of the way, and get our top 3 in the booth after this. Stay with us.
I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm to all my family and friends because I know how he's treated me. I have been playing basketball ever since I can remember. I just finished my 6-year career playing for the University of Tennessee. I feel like we're both striving to be better every day. He's always responded quickly and has always come through with whatever he said that he's going to do. The Garza Law Firm is definitely somebody you want on your team.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
The great thing about youth
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Iowa Speedway, the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. Team Carolina eSports in the draft 128. is in the books. Drew Blaze, your race winner. Let's see if we can pull Drew up into the broadcast booth and get a word with our race winner. Drew, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Drew, congratulations, man. Very ironic in all the races that I've been broadcasting in the last year and a half. I've yet to see an identical lap time in qualifying. You and Zach Millett running it the same down to the 1,000th of a second. He gets the pole. You start second, but you win the battle here. You take the checkered flag here at the end of this race. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it was, it was pretty, looked pretty rough out there between all the wrecks going on. Yeah, it's this place is a little tricky. You know, you can push, come out of the corner, or if you're too low, then you can just go into a spin. So you really have to be careful out there. But yeah, just trying to run consistent laps. The truck felt good all night. Didn't take care of my tires there on that one long run, and thought Chris was going to run away with it. But then we got the caution and just fell my way. I did get into Miller there. I apologize to him. Completely unintentional, just trying to pull it away from him. It got a little squirrely and went up into him. So.
Oh, come on. Don't lie. You did it on purpose. Don't lie to anybody.
Okay, I did, but it's...
No, obviously. I mean, the way I looked at it, it seemed like there might have been a bit of a wiggle there on the exit of the corner. You got to chase it up the racetrack, and he's right there. I mean, there's nowhere for you to go. Contact was made. It's racing. It does happen at times. So obviously no issue there. A good race overall. Once we kind of got some long runs in there, I know we did have some caution issues early on in this thing. I mean, in your point of view, what was really the root cause of that? Was it just not getting enough laps in to get heat in the tires, this racetrack in general, combination of A and B? I mean, what do you think?
It's a combination of everything. I mean, between this being a tough track to run, tough track to pass, and, some guys being more aggressive than maybe they should be, it's really everything thrown together, and, I don't know if there was any net code or what was going on back there, just being behind the wheel. But we'll see if we have anybody or anything we need to review and see what happened and see if we can prevent it going.
Well, next week it is the season finale of the Lonestar Racing Truck Series at Daytona. Certainly a wild card race. I know it changes a lot of things. It kind of opens up the potential for really anybody to take a victory there next week. What are your thoughts? Super Speedway racing for a championship.
Oh, it's going to be a good time, and with those Super Speedway races, it can either be really, really bad, really, really good. I mean, it can be polar opposites, and you just kind of put yourself in a good position and try to avoid everything else that goes on between the wrecks and just everything that goes on there is always wild being in the big packs and drafting, and you never know what can happen. But we're just looking forward to it and going to go out there and do our best. And if it falls our way, it does. If not, we're still happy with the way we've all season.
Well, hopefully we got all the cautions we need to worry about out of our system tonight. Maybe we can go green to checker without one next week. Fingers crossed. You never know. It could happen. It's happened before. But either way, we're all looking forward to Daytona to wrap this season up. Finally crown a champion in this series. It's going to be a close one. It's certainly going to be fun to watch. Congratulations again, Drew. Thanks for talking to us. We're going to let you slide here. Is there anybody you want to thank before we do?
Oh, you just got to thank Lonestar Racing. All my guys over there. Great group of guys. Got to thank In the Draft podcast, Matthew Minnick, Garza Law Firm, let's see, Fahey Race Reps. Just everybody that's involved here with this, they know who they are. So sorry if again, everybody, but got a great thing going on here, so we're just going to keep going forward. And thank you for putting on the broadcast as always.
All right, Drew. Thanks for talking to us, man. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
It's Drew Blaze, your race winner here from Iowa. Next, we're going to pull Matt Daniels into the broadcast booth, and we talked about this before. Again, the one-arm gamer sticking it to Zach Millett, taking the second position away. Matt, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got us? Matt Daniels, it's Steve in the booth. You got a copy? Having some trouble getting Matt to come through here. I'm not hearing him at all. We're going to try and get Millett in here, and we'll talk to him, see if Matt can get his audio figured out. Zach and Steve in the HBR TV booth. We're having a little issue with Matt Daniels' audio. You got a copy?
I'm just kidding, Steve. I'm here.
I knew you were going to do that. A hard-fought third-place finish tonight. You put the truck on pole, and I was talking to Drew Blaze, our race winner, about qualifying. You guys ran an identical lap time down to the 1,000th. It's the first time in almost 2 years of broadcasting that I've seen that happen. You were awarded the pole. I'm sure iRacing goes out a little bit further, but they only display a certain number. First of all, talk about that. That's crazy.
Pretty cool. I think since I've got iRacing, I've only seen that one other time. And it's pretty cool. I didn't think it was going to be that close, man. I got pretty loose coming out at 2 on the qualifying lap, so I thought I was going to be kind of giving that one up.
Well, qualifying certainly went well for you. The race, maybe not so much. You definitely led some laps, but when it came down to it, it seemed that poor track position as far as starting to the outside, coming to the green on those restarts definitely bit you. We saw it happen to Drew. We saw it happen to other drivers tonight. It's just a tough place to be in, but there was a little bit of contact between yourself and Drew Blaze early on in the race. Looked like that maybe the one got loose underneath, had to correct. You guys made contact. You get the right side into the wall. Luckily, a fast repair was available, but walk us through that incident. How bad was the truck after the fact? Did you need the fast repair?
Oh, yeah, big time. Aero-wise, going down the straights, it was absolutely awful. I was several mile an hour slower. In the middle of the corner, I wasn't so bad, but something else was broken back there. It was a little twitchy. But I'm real happy that when we hit the wall, I kind of was expecting it to kick back out, and I caught it. I really didn't want to lose it completely and start from the back.
Well, we got you that fast repair. You got the truck back out there. You were back in contention. You did start from the rear, even though you did take the pole position. Didn't take long for you to work your way through the field. But unable to really keep up with these guys at the end and ultimately losing the second spot to Matt Daniels. Walk us through the battle with the 5 there late.
Yeah, man, Matt was coming. He was towards the back there, I think like 2 or 3 restarts to go. And he came out of nowhere. He definitely had some pace tonight. I don't know if he had anything for the 1, but it would have been, pretty fun to watch them go at it. Same with Chris Goins. I feel like Chris had the truck to win tonight. He was an absolute animal. So I was expecting him to come up and just blow past Brian and myself. But the last lap with Matt was great. I tried to pinch him going down into 1 and 2 to get a run, and we still were pretty even coming off. I don't know if he had newer tires. It certainly seemed like it. And then I tried to pinch him the best I could, and the truck just didn't let me get back to the gas when I wanted to, and it started pushing on me. So yeah, he ended up edging me out at the line.
Well, Mill, at a third place finish here at Iowa, certainly not what you hoped with the pole position run that you had. Either way, top 3's decent. Next week, we go to Daytona International Speedway to close out this season and crown a champion. I know I said the same thing to Drew Blaze, kind of a wild card going to the Super Speedway. What are your thoughts? What are your strategies to try and lock up this championship next week?
Man, it seems like every time we go to a Super Speedway for something pretty big on the line, I don't know. There's different strategies you could pretend to have, but it's just kind of a roll of the dice and hope for the best, expect the worst. Hopefully our entire team can stay out to the end, not get involved in any, wrecks or anything, and work together towards the end. We're gonna have to do some math, Steve, and see what we need to get this championship. It'd be pretty cool to win it. The big weekend for us, or big race for us last week in Sonoma. So I think we took the points lead. We got to see how close we are. We got to do a lot of math and see what it looks like. So we'll do what we can. I got some of the best super speedway racers on this team to learn from and run with. So I think luck's on our side.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, right?
Yeah, as David Bradford would say, it's well, let's see. He's trying to pick the best one, he says, but you run 200 laps just to get wrecked on the last one. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, Millet, congratulations on a top 3 finish. We're going to try and get Matt Daniels back up in here. Hopefully he's got his microphone issues squared away. Congratulations again. Before we let you go, who do you want to shout out to?
I'd like to thank you, Steve, and HBR TV for the broadcast, as always, LSR for the great league, Track Bar Media, and shoot me a follow on Twitch and YouTube at ThatS4Guy.
All right, Zach. Congratulations again. Good luck next week.
Thanks, man.
We're going to try Matt Daniels once again. Matt, it's Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got us?
I do.
All right. I don't know if you were hearing us before or if we're having some trouble with the channel, but I jumped down here in the green room instead. Figured this will get it done. Second place finish here tonight. Matt, congratulations. A solid run. Started off a little shaky. I think we were in about 3 or 4 different cautions early on, but you persevered. You kept going, and here we are in the second place finisher's position. Tell us about your race, the incidents early on, and the battle with Zach Millett there at the end.
I have no idea what was going on at the beginning. I think they were just overdriving the corner. I have no clue. All I do is go in the corner, and then the next thing I know, I'm rear-ended into the outside wall. So I have no clue. But I mean, that just kind of put a fire underneath my butt, and I drove like I was a mad cow, you know what I mean? So it was just on from there, and then I got caught up in another wreck on a restart. I think when 66 and somebody else got together or whatever, and it caught me, and I had to use my fast repair. Then I'm like, oh man, I was hoping not to have to use my fast repair, because those other cautions that I were caught up in, they didn't do much damage. It was a few seconds of repair, so I just took that, and then but that one caution, it kind of crumpled up my nose, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to use my fast repair. So I just kind of, played it smart, just kind of, save a little bit of tires. That's how I made up most of those positions, by just saving tires, and I was able to catch these guys, after about 20 or 30 laps. Those 2 long greens kind of helped me out getting up to the front, and then that last caution really just iced the cake. I knew if they just had a 20 or 15 lap run, I knew I was able to catch, because they were fighting pretty hard up there. So I knew if they just kept fighting, I was going to have a clean shot at them, and I did. I mean, I was hoping for it. My plan worked out, so.
Well, tire strategy is certainly working to your advantage. Zach Millett said, I don't know if he had fresh tires or what, but we just couldn't hold him back. Well done. I don't know if that's something you practice as far as trying to save tires, if that's a skill you just naturally have, but man, it certainly paid off here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of practice I do, but I know some of these tracks, good tires at the end of the runs will also, run a long way, so, I mean, it's just something I just kind of, in my mind, I just keep in the back of my mind. So if I know there's a first long run, there's usually a second or third. So I usually test the waters around, on the first run, and see how everyone's playing, running the race. If some guys are falling back, some guys are not, that's how I can tell if it's going to be one of those races or if it's just going to be an all-out brawl.
Well, Matt, either way, an awesome run tonight. Once again, congratulations. Good to talk to you up here. Next week, we roll to Daytona. Certainly a different animal completely. Not so much a tire strategy type place. Just kind of keep the truck out of the wall type place. What are your thoughts going into the Super Speedway?
Restrictor plates are my forte. I love restrictor plate racing. So it's going back into, my wheelhouse. I love leading laps. I love trying to be in the top 5 most of the race, but if it gets crazy up there, I'll step out and ride in the back and let it play out, and then, pull a quick one,
All right, Matt. Well, certainly good luck next week in Daytona. We're going to let you slide here. Is there anyone you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Shout out to the LSR guys. Thanks for letting me race every week. I'm kind of new to this league. This is my first season running it, even though they're in their second season. But, it just kind of worked out that I came across these guys with endurance racing, and then they had a truck league that kind of lined up with my days off. So it just kind of worked out. Like to give a shout out to them. And then my wife and my kids for letting me do this every day. Pretty much, I'm home every day, so I'm racing.
Very good. Well, Matt, again, congratulations on a second place run here. Well earned, and good job sticking to it. And have a good Christmas, man.
You too. Be safe.
That's Matt Daniels, your second place finisher here at Iowa Speedway. Again, we started a little shaky here, but it was a good race overall. Really kind of a runaway for Drew Blaze there at the end. Certainly something he wanted to have happen. Get that one out of the way. Get a win going into Daytona. And the conversation was had with some other drivers early on that, this is almost the race that, of course, you want to win them all, but you want to win this one for sure, because starting in the back as a win penalty next week at Daytona, well, it's not really a penalty, I guess, if you really want to look at that way, because some guys may just opt to start in the back. Stay out there, take care of that truck, not have to burn that fast repair early on. So this really could kind of work strategy-wise for Drew Blaze. So either way, it's going to be a fun one to watch. Make sure you guys tune in for it next week here at HBR TV for that coverage live. It'll be about 7:55 in the East here at HBR TV, youtube.com/@HBRTV1. Please give us a like, a follow, a share, a subscribe. All those things certainly help the channel overall, helps push it to some wider audiences, get some new eyeballs on the stream each week, maybe some new racers possibly jumping into the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. Maybe not this season because we're going into the championship weekend, but they're running a Cup Series here coming up in the 2023 months, so stay tuned for that. You can catch all that action here, of course, at HBR TV. Let's take a look at our race results. Of course, we talked to our top three finishers, Drew Blaze, Matt Daniels, and Zach Millett. Further down the line, Chris Cones, a solid top 5. Brian Rose, also a top 5. Justin Johnson, just shy, finished P6. 7th position, well, that went to Matt Sisler. PJ Cox was 8th. Joe Tucker finished in the 9th spot. Good run for the 13. Kevin Grettenberger put the fresh tires on a little bit later than everybody else. He drove up to the 10th position. Mike Fahey, a solid run. No crash for the 19. Finished 11th. Carson Conway, a good run. Finished P12. Bill Molfeld was 13th. Jonathan Arnn from worst, last on the field, to 14th. Good run for the 43. David Ballard in the 90 finished 15th. Ken Couch was 16th. Britt Osborne 17th. Michael Cole was 18th. Jesse Redding finished 19th. Jarrett Woodard was 20th. Sean Roberts, a tough night for the 66, finished 21st. Vincent Short, 22nd, 37 laps down, had a strong truck early. Ultimately got involved in some incidents on track, hurt that truck, and was unable to finish out the rest of the race. Chad Martin was 23rd, and last but not least, Matt Minnick finished in the 24th position, 60 laps down. Once again, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching here at HBR TV, the Lonestar Racing Truck Series. It was the Team Carolina eSports in the Draft 128. Join us next week at Daytona. Again, thank you guys in the stream chat also for piping up. I do appreciate that. Random Chaos, you were a pretty consistent contributor to it. Again, thanks Chris Fahey for chiming in about Mike. Again, a long drive from Texas up to New York for the holidays. Wishing you guys a good holiday weekend. Enjoy that family time. And that's it for me. You're not going to see us again for at least another week. Christmas will be over, and we'll be looking forward to a new year. But you guys all have a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating. It's the time of year, man. I do appreciate everybody. You guys are all like family, whether you're racing or watching. Thanks again. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.